so here we have a defensive raid circuit. And what this is going to do is, as soon as it detects a player, it's going to start randomly sending your loot to 4 different locations without your base, or to other bases if you can pipe them over there. And simultaneously, while it's moving everything over to different locations away from wherever they're set up, it's going to start zapping all around. It's going to start zapping the boxes for like a defensive measure. And anytime anybody pulls anything from it, it's going to zap them too. So once the timer is triggered by a player, it'll start sending everything. And it won't be until it's gone, but we'll put it on a timer to where it's pretty much gone. And you can set that timer based on your items. So if you do have a lot of stackables, you want to increase that timer pretty much just to 20 minutes. So it just pulls everything. And otherwise, if you have just like a lot of unstackables, you can set it to like 5 minutes. We'll go ahead and show you real quickly here. Let's go ahead and deauthorize. And I think it picked me up already. There, it just picked me up. And we're gonna go ahead and try it up. It's already gone, and all that's already gone. And all of it's gone. And all of it's gone. And it's going to keep zapping until there's nothing left in the boxes. And again, this was split randomly to each one of these, so they can't follow the pipes. That is very important. I mean, they'd be able to just follow the pipes to where you have them all hooked up, and they wouldn't know which one the rockets went into. Alright, it's super simple to build. You're just going to need to get the items shown on screen here in the box. So this is going to be our randomizer here. We're going to need 3 orange, 3 green, 1 blue, 6 black, a timer, 5 XOR switches or switches, and 4 splitters. It's going to be our 1 in 4 randomizer. And to make it make that whole circuit off on TC only, we're going to need a couple branches. The branches are going to vary. You're going to want to craft a bunch of these, get the BP. We're going to need 1 AND switch, a timer so it doesn't go forever, and then obviously our sensor to pick up enemy players. Then we're going to need as many branches as Tesla coils as you want, and as many timers as Tesla coils as you want. And we're going to need all of our industrial down here. We just need a maximum of 5 conveyors. That's 1 to pull from the core and 4 to pull to the random location. We're going to need as many storage adapters as boxes as you have, some extra branches, and we don't need these timers. So that's all we're going to need right here in this box. So it's not going to be too bad. Maybe like 5k frags, not going to be too bad for like a larger group that's going to want to have this loot scrambling system. So what we're going to do is just build another demonstration. 4 loot rooms. This time we'll just use like 2 boxes in each. Because again, you can just chain boxes. And we'll just get back into this once I have every demonstration thing set up. Alright, so the whole circuit does take 69 power. You're going to want obviously a large battery, hopefully 70. So we're going to want a nice large battery here. I'm just going to feed it with a admin generator at the moment. You obviously would feed it with solar panels that you would, or a wind turbine or anything like that. We're going to get our tools and we're going to hook up our battery. Then we're going to take our first 4 electrical branches and we're going to set up our randomizer like so, because the randomizer is going to be the hardest part. We're going to take 4 branches like this. We're going to do branch out of the first one at 6, branch out of the second one at 7, branch out of the third one at 12, and branch out at this 4th one above at 3. Then we're going to do branch out to the one above, power out below, power out to the next one, and we're just like that. It's the beginning of our circuit. It does require around 32 to 34 power. I like to just put it like 35 just to make sure. Sometimes it'll like mess up if it's a bit low. So with that, we're going to do our, I don't have everything, of course. I put it in the box for the demonstration. We're going to get our 3 green and our 3 orange, and we're going to put down 1 green and 1 orange. right here. And this first one that has the branch out of 3 that's coming from the branch out of 6, one branch out's going to go there, power out's going to go there in the bottom of your first green and first orange. Then we're going to go ahead and get our splitters. And you are going to do a branch out this 7 into the first splitter. And you're going to do a branch out. The branch out of 12 is going to go to the timer, and the power out is going to go to the second splitter. You get your one timer. Put that branch out of 12 to the timer. And the timer is going to need 2 more electrical branches right after it. Let's do it next to it. And that timer is going to there, and this is going to be 6 and then 4. These might be a little inaccurate, but we're going to do power out like that. And we're going to get our one blocker, our one blue that we need. And the one blue is going to be the very power out of the end to the blocker. And these 2 electrical branches go to our last 2 splitters for our 4 splitters. We're going to do branch out. The one that's at 6 is going down to the splitter. And this branch out that's at 4 is going down to this splitter. Alright, now we're going to put our blocker output into the... blocker output goes into the toggle. The timer. And now we're going to set up our splitters one by one. So this is our first splitter that's set up with our first 7 of our branch. And this first power out, or all 3 of these power outs, are just going to go to... The first one's going to go in the bottom of the blocker. Like this. And then the other 2 are going to be the bottom of your next 2 and final 2 oranges. Just like this. Just like that. And then going on to your second splitter that's coming off of the power out of your third branch. That one is going to be all, you're going to pull out your 5 XOR switches. And you place 3 of them down. And the second splitter is all going to input A or B. One of the inputs, same one, just do the same one. Input A of all 3. All right, and then these 3 XOR switches. The first one over here goes into the very bottom of our first screen toggle right there. And then the 2 second ones go to the other 2 OR switches, just one of them. And OR switches, sorry, XOR switches. And then these 2 XOR switches go to our last 2 green, which will be our random outputs. We'll put those up here. And these 2 go on the toggle. So these 2 XOR switches go to the toggle of the 2 greens. Just like this. And the power of the 2 greens comes from just this first screen. And then these two final splitters, we're all going to go off the third splitter. We're going to do all set of every orange. We're going to do the set. Make sure you're doing them all the same one off the same splitter, set and reset. Then we're doing the reset off the fourth splitter. Again, all three oranges. All right, and then you want the output of the three oranges to go into the other input of our XOR switches. And these will be the three base XOR switches. All right. Now everything is good for our randomizer. We're completely fine. Looks very nice and neat. We're just gonna need to put like 33 power in here. So now we're gonna get everything set up for our sensor. So we're just gonna go ahead and we'll do that. We'll see if we can get it all on one wall. So we'll go ahead and do our sensor up top. And this is where our main power is going to come into, so we're going to branch off. We'll try 32 first to see if it works, and that's going to go right back to our randomizer circuit at the beginning of what we just placed. And now we're just going to power that out into something else and then into something else so we can get something nice here. And we're just going to do a couple more because I like to be, now that they don't take power, I like to be specific with the output. So we'll go ahead and put this first two on our, oh no, sorry, this is our 32. This first one at 2 is going to go to our HFBF sensor that we will just go ahead and put, get a bunch of boxes here. Go ahead and set up our loot room. This will be our core just so we could run somewhere and find it. This will be our core loot so we could trigger the sensor in here and it'll start moving everything. And we'll have everything scramble everywhere. So with that, we're going to need our 5 conveyor belts. Get these placed because they take up a lot of room. I don't think we're going to be able to get it on one wall. And we want 4 and then 1. And then we want our 2 splitters. Just like that. And with all of our electrical, I'm going to go ahead and test this circuit with our battery, hook everything up, make it live, make sure, energize it, and make sure everything is good. It should start randomly. This should have 3 power and 1 randomly. So right now it's on the far right and it should scramble. It's going to keep playing that sound and be annoying forever ad infinity if you don't put it on a HFBF sensor. And it looks like it just picked the same one. I'm hearing it switch, but it's only 1 in 4, so that could happen. It could send a bunch to one room. And we have another one. 4 in a row, the same one. Can happen. 5 in a row. Oh, we need to crank up the power. That's what's wrong. Needs 34. There we go. Wondering, I was like, everything is correct. The video was correct. There we go. Now it's on this one. I'm going to choose a 1 in 4. So now we have it on the left of the second one. And once this flops over, it need more than 34 power. I'm just gonna try with 35. There, finally, okay. I'm gonna flop randomly and pick one. So it's on the left. And it just flopped over right there, and now we're on the right, and we're on the far right. And you can set the interval to whatever you want. Just keep it on like the 5-second as it switches. And once we have everything with that set up, we're gonna get our AND switch and our HFBF sensor. We're gonna put our HFBF sensor where we want it to catch people in the core. So we'll just put it right up there, and we'll get our AND switch and our timer, just like this. And we do want the AND switch to be the toggle, and we want to provide ample. This first two, this branch is going over to the HFBF sensor in the core. That's going to be on the input, and the output is going back over to our AND switch. And we're going to put that in one of the AND switches, and then our second AND switch is going to be our second branch outside of our randomizing circuit. It's also going to be a 2. That's going to be a constant, and that's just going to toggle. And then our third branch out is going to be into our timer. And then with this, we are going to set the branch out to the timer to 36 and pull the branch from the randomizing circuit, put it over on that timer circuit. Oh, sorry. Put that over on the outside of the timer and put the inside of the timer on that 35. Now it's going to be activated when it's on a sensor. When someone picks up that HFBF sensor, that whole randomizer will be active for however long we set it here, and we'll just make that 30 seconds. Then with that, we still have to power all of our conveyors, and these are going to be our random outputs. And one thing is, you do have to turn them on. You have to turn them on once they're on. So there's going to be our 4 green outputs for our randomizer into the power in, not the turn on of each of our 4 conveyors. It's going to be going to 4 different loot rooms. So we have that set up. Everything's randomized now, so I'm going to randomly power on. But as soon as we're going to start it manually. We're going to set this to 20. Oh, what was that? 10 seconds. We're just going to start this manually by tripping the circuit over here. And it just did the timer. And we just want to turn each one of these on. Because we have this going for 20 seconds. It's going to shuffle every 10. We could increase the shuffle or decrease the shuffle with this timer here. Well, we need to turn those on. We'll set it to 120 seconds. We'll set it to 2 minutes since it's not connected to anything. And we'll go trip it. And we'll just turn these on as they come on, make sure they're green. And with that, we do have everything good for our loot randomizer and mover besides our industrial pipes. Now we need to set up our Tesla coils. We're just going to have 2 in there. And we need 2 timers, 2 Tesla coils, and our 2 branches that we just put down. And we'll get our 2 storage adapters to put on our 2 boxes. We'll put our Tesla coils down where they go. Just like that. Put our storage monitor on these. Just like that. And go put our 2 timers over here. And we want both of these branches here to have 10. So we are getting close here on our circuit. And these are going to go to the timers. And so it only has 3 power left on the 100 power circuit so far with it all active. But it's not going to always use 100 because this whole thing, this 33 power consumption is only off the sensor. But it does need to have that. That is weird. Okay, so we're just going to do the in into the out of one of our boxes. We'll just do it like this. And we'll put that into the out there. And we put one of these outs to the in of this other splitter, and we put all of these outs into an individual in. That means each one of them's going to pull from the same 1 core box that's hooked up to both boxes. Now we need to put our Tesla coils to the timers. We'll just go straight wires too. This is getting a bit long. And Tesla coils to the 2 timers. Just like this. And you want the toggle on for the storage output. Power out. And one cool tip. If you made it this long in the videos, you could use multiple wires. Have multiple idle, multiple sessions. I could pull both at 2 times. And you could have a whole hot bar of them. Alright, and the output of these storage monitors go into the toggle of the timers. Just like this. And now we put the storage output of each one of these into a brand new loot room. Starting with this one and chain them. Then we'll start with the next loot room. And it also works with the... Alright, now that we have all of our boxes daisy chained and everything hooked up, now if we go ahead and put some boxes in the core, put some stuff in the core. And now we have it unauthorized. You would just change it to unauthorized, and when they go into your core, it's better if everything was full, and I'm not getting Tesla zapped. Oh, I don't have the storage monitors powered. Fantastic. It looks like I'm gonna need an extra small battery because I got... Actually, I should be right on right on cue with the 2 storage monitors. 3, 1, 1. Should have 1 power left. Use 99 power. Okay, that was it. It needs to, 1 power off. They need to add another large battery, small battery for that. Get 2 in the storage monitor and everything will be moving and grooving. Super nice, super easy.